Well, well. How are you doing? How are you doing, chap? How are my volume levels? Is everything alright? Can you hear me? Can you hear the music? Is everything balanced? It's been a long time, hasn't it? Been a while. Here's what we're doing today. We're doing this exciting kitchen scene. I've coloured and shaded one frame, so we've just got the remaining 208 frames to colour. It looks like, if I turn the background down a bit, it looks like this at the moment. So yeah, this is what we're doing today. Excellent. You can hear me. Good. Good. Mac is in chat. Excellent. What? Play some random games that I've never played before. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how well that would go. Right, so we got that one shaded. So what I'm going to do is do it all in monochrome first. Do it all in monochrome first, like this. Ah, shit. Hold on. I was setting this up earlier, and it seems that is it that? Yeah. Oh, right. I see. I see. One moment. Let me just fix this. I'll be right with you. We don't want that bit sticking in there like that. As you can see, I'm very what's the word? Loquacious with my words. I haven't streamed for a while, so as always, I'm not used to speaking. I'm not used to saying anything. Okay, so we want to get rid of that. Yeah, and that. I believe we're ready to begin after that. Let's just check. Check nothing else weird is happening. So yeah, obviously no need to shade anything that just stays still there the whole time. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks, Bliss, for the sandwiches. Oh, what a sad birthday. So before streaming, I thought, oh, I'll go and get some food. Go and get some fish and chips or something. So off I went, out of my house. Fish shop was closed. The supermarket was closed. It was like 11 PM. So yeah, no food for me. I just had a very sad sandwich, unfortunately. Yes, that is a very good point, Mackie. This is for Project Monday, which is a film that me and Mackie are making called Monday, actually, is the name of the film. And this is a shot from it. It's like a sci-fi horror thriller, so that's what I'm working on right now. When you pause the milk, there is something still there. There's something wrong there. Ah, that's why. Let's just tidy this up. So yeah, something weird appears there. A few artifacts here and there. I think it's okay. I think it's okay then, though, isn't it? That's anything No, no, no. I think that's right. Yeah, okay. And you know, once, well, there's a few bits like this. There's a few bits here like this that we don't want. And that there. Probably nobody would notice, but you know, let's be meticulous. Let's be meticulous about it. So really, this is all stuff that I should have done before the stream. So it was a nice professional just colouring stream. But hey, you never know. Have you ever heard of Death Wish coffee? If yes, do you drink it? No. I've never heard of that. Thanks for the $10 though. If I find any, I might buy some. So, yeah. Let me get back into the flow of streaming and talking whilst I work. So, I was away at Christmas, back to the family house at Christmas, where I ate way too much chocolate. And for a month before that, I went to America to visit Mackie. And so I was in Atlanta for a month. For a month, experiencing the American way of life. Experiencing all the freedom and the patriotism of being in the South. And it was a good time. I had a good time. We went to Waffle House, we went to Zaxby's, we went to Chick-fil-A, Five Guys, burger and fries. We did all the American things. I've only been once before, years and years ago. I went to Washington, DC. So this was quite different, and everyone was very friendly. Maybe it was the accent, I don't know, but you know, people in stores were very friendly. Nah, Project Monday isn't the mech film. That's a completely different thing. Duncan Hill's coffee. So yeah, we did American things like drive absolutely everywhere because you can't walk anywhere because everything's too far. Went for nighttime, 3 a.m. drives, which was very nice. Listening to some Eurobeat while driving through the mountains. There was no fight. There was no fight at the Waffle House. Indeed, yeah, Duncan Hills. Do you guys like coffee? Went to Walmart a bunch of times. Food Lion, we went to the Food Lion. From the hills of Colombia. Favorite ice cream flavor? That's gonna be mint choc chip for me. Alright, so I think that's all sorted out. No, there's one more bit there. Yeah, there we go. This is actually, this particular shot is almost 4K, so we're zoomed in. It's going to be seen like that on people's screens, so I don't think anyone would notice like the little bits, but may as well be meticulous about it. I'm not sure why this particular shot was done at almost 4K resolution. But I quite like it. I think I'll definitely try that for the mech film. We'll go beyond. We'll go even further beyond 1080p. Indeed, yeah. Walking everywhere. Well, I mean, luckily Mackie just drove me everywhere. And she broke the law. She broke the law. She took me to a car park. Sorry, a parking lot. And there was no one around. And she let me practice driving around the corner in the parking lot. I can't drive, by the way, but I did okay. I did okay with the weird automatic drive. Why, thank you. You're very patient at teaching people things. No, I don't have a license for that, unfortunately. I learned how when I was a kid, but you know, long time ago, and I never passed my test. That was pretty bad. Right, okay. Let's do some shading. Just go at it pretty simply to begin with. Hope everyone had a good New Year, good Christmas. I had a very nice Christmas. Didn't do anything for New Year or for my birthday either. Grave of the Fireflies. I need to watch it again, but it's very sad. I watched it at the Sheffield Anime Society. We used to get the whole cinema auditorium thing at the University of Sheffield and do the anime showings there. So we showed that with some other films on a big cinema screen. And it went down about as well as you'd expect, I guess. Pretty sad. You know what else is pretty sad, chat? You know something that's a very sad situation indeed. Netflix's Cowboy Bebop fiasco. How about that? What do you think of that then? Interesting. I watched it. I watched all of it. And I didn't hate it as much as a lot of people, but I guess that's because I expected it to be unwatchable, like completely unwatchable. I mean, you know, live action anime, there's your first strike. Netflix, there's your second strike. It's not a good combination. And so I expected it just to be the most terrible thing I'd ever seen, and instead, like, it was just pretty forgettable, really, I guess. I mean, it certainly wasn't Bebop, was it? It's why change everything? I mean, I guess, like, but you know, everyone's talked about it though, haven't they? I'm not going to say anything new, but I guess it's the nature of Netflix. Like, you can't, with anime, especially back then, you could do a 26 episode series and have everyone die at the end if you want and just finish it in 26 episodes. But with Netflix, you have to keep it going because it's all about those subscriptions. so they were never gonna leave it. You were never gonna get the storyline from the anime, which I'm not gonna spoil in case anyone hasn't seen Cowboy Bebop, one of the greatest anime I've ever seen. But yeah, I mean, they made it longer, more long-winded, just added a bunch of completely unnecessary crap, removed a lot of really good stuff, changed the characters, changed the motivations, changed the look of the characters. I mean, I guess at least we had some Yoko Kanno music though, which is wasn't really expecting that. But yeah, how how do you watch Cowboy Bebop and go, oof, don't really like this, I think we're gonna fix it, and then make your own version and just make everything worse. What they did to Vicious is unforgivable. Unforgivable. Holy shit. You know what Vicious needs? He's a bit too menacing in the anime. He needs to be really whiny and just really pathetic. Just inferiority complex. Daddy's boy who never got any love. It's like they haven't even watched the show, or they have, and I don't know, they deliberately wanted to piss off people who like it or something. I don't know. I don't understand people's motivations. I didn't like it, Mackie. I thought it was not absolutely steaming trash. I actually liked a couple of the actors in it here and there, and I mean, it again totally wasn't Bebop at all. It was like a completely different show, but I kind of liked some of the character interactions between the three characters. When they're all getting along and like joking with each other and just hanging out on the ship, I thought that was pretty comfy. I mean, obviously it totally wasn't the mood of the anime at all. But yeah, there was one or two things I liked, and the CG was pretty decent. I thought, like, the Bebop looked good, and some of the ships looked good. And I've been talking this whole time and not looking at chat. What's chat saying about it? Let's see. Yes, Netflix's take on what is more mature is in fact the polar opposite. Exactly, yeah. Just have Faye saying fuck every other line, and instead of being more mature, it just comes across as, I don't know, written by a 15-year-old, I guess. Three minutes into the first episode, wow. Holy shit, Zentron, I'm very sorry to hear that. That's awful. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for the sandwich rubles. Oh, alright, you've been drawing First and Second Doctor. 80s anime style, interesting. Yeah, that's the winning move, to not have watched it. To not have watched it at all, I think, is the winning move here. I don't like poop in a bowl, but I ate the whole thing. That's anime fans. That's anime fans. Holy shit, they're making a thing. They're making a live action thing of one of my favourite shows. I must watch it all. I don't like it, but I'm going to keep watching it. It's like me with Doctor Who. how much more? I was talking to my housemate the other day, and I said that basically I'm like a battered housewife at this point. You know. Oh, maybe just one more episode. Maybe it'll be good this time. It'll change. You know. Well, we got a hand kind of shaded whilst discussing Netflix's failures. Haven't they got infinite money though, so it really doesn't matter? It doesn't matter how many live action atrocities they make that just fail completely and don't make any kind of, they don't resonate at all. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they make money off of it, you know, like the outrage that comes from it. I don't know, you know, like negative outrage headlines and clickbait and stuff. Maybe that's what they're betting on. I don't know. Like I say, I don't understand how TV works anymore. It used to be quite simple. Show gets a lot of viewers, show is a success. But I think things are a lot more weird now. But you know, having never been in a TV showrunner's office, well, I have actually, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I don't know what goes on these days. I didn't know. I watched the New Year's Eve, the New Year's Day, rather, Doctor Who special, and the Daleks are just a parody of themselves now. In what was it, written by Chris Chibnall? I think it was. Mm-hmm. Thank you for those $5. $5 would get me one of those exciting mystery meat snacks from a late night gas station. We went to a couple of those as well. Those are pretty exciting. Watching the sausages rotate around on their little things at 3 in the morning. As you can tell, I'm very I'm very easily amused when I go to different countries. What was the last good thing? Was it Talladega Nights? No, it was Eurovision, the Fire Saga story, which I watched with you, and then I watched it at Christmas as well. I made the family watch it. Unironic masterpiece. Yeah, we watched Talladega Nights after going to Dahlonega and going to I think it was like NASCAR museum. I don't really know much about NASCAR, but it was pretty interesting. We went to a gold mining thing. They've got a gold mine there, an old gold mine. So yeah, we did all kinds of stuff. But I've got to say, to all of you American viewers. Your American airports, they're much cleaner than the UK airports, but the staff, it's like being in prison. It's like being in prison. They're just shouting at you the whole time. Stay in one line, move forwards, take your belts off, shoes off, move. I was like, what the hell? Do you know how much plane tickets cost? You should be a little bit more polite to your extremely high paying customers, because they're not cheap. Indeed, you really do. You pay top dollar for that abuse. That's normal, is it? It was so weird when I got back, and I got to Manchester Airport, got off the plane, and the guy at the border thing was like, "Hello, how are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, all right." I was like, "Okay, welcome back. Go on through," and that's it. All right, how's it going? In America, when I arrived, they said there was a problem with my passport and put me in like a little room off to the side. Put me in like a little room. I thought I was being arrested. They did not give me a thorough search, thankfully. What program do I use to animate this? Is TV Paint. I'm animating at a weird angle, as you can tell, because when I do curves I can only do them from left to right, like so. So if this is the correct, I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, no, I'm off it. Sometimes it's easier. In fact, I've gotten so used to doing this in TV Paint that I miss it in Photoshop now when I'm just drawing a still image. You can do it in Photoshop, but you know, you have to go to a special. With this, it's just a shortcut for it. There's a hotkey for it, and I can just spin around for days. You've first tested positive for explosive particles. But yeah, a bit of a short one, only 200 frames, so we'll be here for a while with this one, I think. If I can just get one arm done, that'll be a success for tonight's stream, perhaps. You can? Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I can't live without it now. Ever since I was fine when I was ignorant of it, but ever since finding it in TV Paint, like, I just kind of need it now. I need to be able to rotate my canvas really easily. So I think I might set a hotkey up for that. Yeah, I'm doing the shading, but in monochrome. So like that. And so when that is all done, I'll apply the colours and it'll end up looking like this. I've got a pretty quick way of slapping the colours on. So the hardest part is just getting the shading on. I hope that makes sense. The bowl. So I might go out at the weekend for, you know, belated birthday drinks, but obviously it's kind of tricky with the whole worldwide plague thing going on. But that said, you know, we managed to go out to a number of places in America, even with the plague. Saw some live bands, went to a goth club, did all kinds of stuff. Went roller skating? Oh, you can do that, can you? You can drag models from Clip Studio into Photoshop. Would I ever work on my own official anime series in Japan if I had the chance? Well, I don't want to jinx it, and also I can't really say anything about it yet. But there may have been some talks with the studio in Japan. Is all I will say. But you know, as with everything, nothing's final until it's final, is it? And we obviously have this film to finish first before doing any of that. That's a good Christmas present right there. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, we'll see. Well, you know how slow I work. Nothing's confirmed for 2022. Well, I mean, this film here is confirmed for 2022. There's no way, unless I die. There's no way this isn't coming out this year. We're getting quite close to the end now on this one. So keep an eye on Patreon for those updates. See that plug there? Effortlessly just slip that in there. On fives, eh? I'm wondering if I should, you know, now that we've done the arm, if I should go back and do the rest of the body, or if I should just keep doing the arm across like all the frames. I think that might be the best thing, actually. One body part at a time. What's this? What's this series that I know but haven't mentioned watching? Oof. Those Filmation Flash Gordons are, good lord, that's smooth animation on those. It's like the old Superman ones from the 50s or whatever year they were from. Just ridiculous quality. Oh, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. Especially, you know, if nothing happens, then it would be very embarrassing to have been talking about it. And, you know, NDAs and stuff. If it goes ahead, all the questions will be answered though, don't worry. Yeah, I kind of like this golden color scheme. Three-quarters of an hour. Should we do a coffee break? I think we should do a coffee break. It is easier to see them than the grey. Yeah. Oh, also the for those who are interested, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure won the postcard poll, and I have the whole thing drawn, and I'm just colouring it at the moment, so that should be on Patreon tomorrow if anyone wants to see the finished image, and then we'll get those postcards out. Or rather, Mackie will get the postcards out. Mackie doing all the thankless tasks. The Aliens Project. Oh, no idea what you're talking about. I certainly couldn't say if I was doing anything with the aliens in it. It would be a pretty good year for it though if I did. If I decided to do an alien film. There's a bunch of alien stuff happening apparently, so it would be well timed. I try not to take the credit, that is. No, Mackie does like ridiculous amounts of work behind the scenes. She fixes up practically every shot that I do. Will have had like a lot of Mackie fix-ups for anatomy and faces and acting, timing. But we're going to release an art book for this film, so hopefully we can get a lot of that stuff in there. You know, a lot of before and after kind of look at what Johnson's drawings were like before Mackie like went over them and fixed them. No, an ass isn't meant to go there. The ass is not meant to be halfway up someone's back. You should move it down a bit. That's fine. So chat, has anyone in chat ever fallen on their face and like smashed a tooth out of their skull? And what did you do about it? Because I did some time ago, and the dentist fixed it up for me. And then when I was in America, I made the mistake of cooking. So I cooked some chili for Mackie. And everyone was fine, apart from me eating my own chili. The fake composite of the tooth that they built my tooth back up with snapped off for some reason. And of course I was in America, so I couldn't get it fixed. $12.49. Yes, it is. It is 10 minutes to 1 in the morning in the UK now. Yes, feel free. Feel free to watch it in post. Oof. Yeah, breaking your shoulder can't be good. I broke my wrist when I snapped the tooth off. You know, my hand took most of the impact, luckily, so I only lost one tooth from that, but yeah. NHS, I mean, my dentist's pretty good, yeah. My dentist is pretty decent. It lasted a good 3 years, and you know, it looks just like the real tooth that I had. But yes, I went in for an appointment today, and they looked at it and said we can fix that up for you in March. So now I have to walk around looking like some kind of hobo until March. So I guess it's a good job that I don't show my face on these streams. It sounds like it, yeah. In March, yeah. Well, I mean, it's NHS, isn't it? So you get what you pay for, and also it's COVID, so that's messed everything up as well. Yeah, it's weird how easy it is to break stuff when you get older. I mean, I'm not even super old or anything, but I remember being a kid and you just throw your friends off of trees and stuff and everyone's fine. And now you trip over whilst walking and there you go, you've broken your arm. It's crazy. What's life alert? What I need is to eliminate copays on my medical insurance with Jimmy JJ, what's his name? Dynamite! Yeah, someone getting into some fights here by the look of it. Yes, I do animate for a living now. Thanks to Patreon, I managed to make minimum wage, actually, which isn't bad for, you know, working from home. What did I do before? So before uni, I was McDonald's for life is what I thought. I worked at McDonald's for so many years. Oh, miserable. And then I went to uni and did Japanese, and I thought, well, I'll learn Japanese and then I can be a translator. You know, I'll translate video games and anime and manga. And actually, no, it's really competitive, and you have to be really good and fast. You have to be really fast as well to, you know, get the decent jobs and not just the shitty jobs that no one else wants. And so that didn't work out. I was technically I was a professional translator because I got paid for translating, but you know, nothing you would have heard of. And then I got picked up by a studio in Australia to work on an animated series over there. And I came back and did Patreon with Mackie, and that's what we've been doing. And somewhere in between, it's whilst I was in Australia that I released TIE Fighter, and that got some views. So that helped. I'm doing good. Yeah. So in Australia we did some Doctor Who animation work as well for the BBC, which was pretty cool. Prisoner Zero, yeah. I meant to look it up on Mackie's Netflix whilst I was there and see if it actually shows up, because apparently it is on Netflix. But I completely forgot. I was too busy trying to get her to watch Gundam. Watched all of 8th MS Team. think everything in Australia is the apex predator. Everything can kill you easily. Oh, my favourite Gundam is gonna be 0083, I would say. Very close second is 0080. War in the Pocket. I think 83 is ridiculous. It looks so good. It's the best animated and the best looking Gundam that I've ever seen. Some of the sheep, yeah, it's true. It is in the video description. But yes, what Maki said there. We need to do a coffee break. I'm gonna go and get a coffee. I suggest you do the same, chat! And I'll see you back here in a few minutes. In the meantime, enjoy.
A very special cup of coffee. A new standard in richness. A new standard in pureness. Blended together to give a new standard in smooth. The Gold Blend standard. Only from Nescafe.
It's only memories of Earth and the rich smell of this coffee that keeps my spirits up. Coffee. At least we'll reach our destination soon. Coffee. You make a fine cup of coffee. You've made my day.
Are you taking your coffee break now, Alan?
Yeah, that's right. You want some? Coffee. And I had to go make coffee for two. Hurry up, would you? My coffee's starting to cool off. Coffee, my salvation from my day-to-day drudgery. Coffee. A little bitter, but still an excellent blend.
Boy, you should switch to decaf.
Hello. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm having a dinner party and I've run out of coffee.
Come in.
Thank you.
Will Gold Blend be too good for your guests?
Oh, I think they could get used to it.
It's a very sophisticated coffee.
They have very sophisticated taste.
Do they?
Yes. Well, I must be getting back.
Now, golden roasted, richer, smoother, Nescafe Gold Blend.
Have you met your new neighbor yet?
Oh, I've popped in for coffee.
Come on, Dad.
You're playing Vicky, not Andre Agassi.
Don't be so sure.
Agassi.
Hi, call me Andre.
Nescafe, Andre?
You bet. Nescafe sure is coffee at its best. That's the best thing served to me all week. Who's up for doubles?
Yeah!
The best days are Nescafe days.
今結構忙しいんだろ？そういえば例の歌の歌詞はで
私はあなたが好き。
Days looking new and bright, and you're gonna start it right. Folger's starting to brew, the aroma's calling you. The best part of waking up is Folger's in your cup.
Mornings are brighter with mountain-grown Folgers because mountain-grown coffee has more enticing aroma than any other kind.
The best part of waking up is Folger's in your cup.
Please enjoy this footage of velvety smooth beans, followed by a well-shot close-up of a hot brown liquid that's brewed by mixing heated water.
All over the world, the word for great coffee flavor is Nescafe.
We're the world's favorite brand of instant coffees.
In America, Nescafe's great flavor comes two ways.
We're the world's best-selling too.
Nescafe Regular in the red label.
If Nescafe can please the whole wide world.
And now Nescafe Decaffeinated in the green label.
We can sure please you.
Same kind of flavor. Nescafe Regular, Nescafe Decaffeinated. What's your pleasure?
お嬢さん方を応接室に。
はい。
美味しいコーヒーを入れましょうかね。美味しいコーヒーができましたよ。
I only showed you that to remind you you desperately need your fix.
男の温度が上がった。飲んで飲んでまた飲みたい。缶入りコーヒーウエスト。
Go west.
私のそばにいてね。ボス、決して私見捨てないでお願い。Boss, I can't live without you. Boss, I can't live without you.
Boss, いつもそばにいてね。Boss, 私のそばにいてね。Boss, 決して私見捨てないでお願い。Boss, I can't live without you. Boss, I can't live without you.
A very special cup of coffee, a new standard in richness, a new standard in pureness, blended together to give a new standard in smooth.
And we're back. They should all be on YouTube, those bus commercials. That's where I found them. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, this is music. This is game music. Iced tea, I don't know, it's just too weird for me. It's just too weird. Cold tea is just odd. Tea's meant to be hot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy birthday to you too. So I've got good news. Good news, chat. I thought I was 45. I was getting quite depressed about it. Turns out I can't count and I'm actually 44. So all of last year I spent thinking I'm 44. Turns out I'm actually 44 now. So I've actually not aged if you think about it that way. I've had an entire year where I haven't aged. That's amazing. You drink hot tea when you're here though sometimes, don't you? When we have the cream tea, the afternoon tea with scones. Scones and clotted cream and jam. Ah, damn! I'm telling you, Mackie's place. She's got this really fancy coffee machine. But this is obviously coming from someone who's spent their entire life just drinking instant coffee. Like, that's really the only coffee I've ever known. And then there's this fancy machine, Mackie's fancy Nespresso machine, and her Starbucks creamer. Oh, it was good shit. It was really good shit. I was, how many of those was I drinking a day? I think it was quite a few. I miss it. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily wrong. Some pretty good calculations there. What anime have I been watching? What's been new this season? I've been watching Jahi-sama because I'm trash. If you watch trash, yeah? If you watch trash, you know that you're not going to be disappointed. And we're not going to have another case of Promised Neverland Season 2. If you just watch shit, you know that you're just in for shit. I was watching, I'm almost at the end of it actually, the one about the vampire cosmonaut in Russia. In alternate universe 1960s Russia, there's a vampire cosmonaut that they're sending into space. They got to send her into space before the alternate universe Americans get their person into space. And that's pretty good, but what episode am I on? Like, I just watched 7, I think, and it has some pretty dodgy CG in it. It has some pretty dodgy CG clouds in it. There's a skydiving scene with some really weird usage of CG. Is there snow on the ground? There isn't. I heard that it was gonna snow at Christmas and it didn't. And I wish it had, because, you know, snow at Christmas, that's just the thing to make the most perfect time of year even more perfect. I love Christmas. Don't know if I've told you this, chat, but I love Christmas. It was better than I expected. I mean, it had its problems. I think Castlevania. Season 1 was the best by far, and then it was kind of downhill, I thought. I mean, you know, you kill off Dracula, and it's gonna be downhill from there, isn't it? Unfortunately, and it suffered a bit from the Netflix Cowboy Bebop syndrome of we want this to be for adults, so everyone's gonna say fuck all the time, like all the time. But yeah, on the whole, pretty good. Not what I would have done. It wouldn't have. My approach would have been more faithful to the game, I think. Give me 4 seasons of them climbing floors in the castle to get to Dracula. Final season is just a boss fight. This is why I'm not in charge of large properties, as you can tell. Oh yeah, UK Christmas music is like legitimately one of the things that I am really happy that I'm British for. Because Mackie's been telling me about US Christmas music and how they only play, is it Celine Dion? And a bunch of 50s Christmas ones, Bing Crosby and whatnot. But yeah, then I went over there and I experienced it myself. We've been having the 80s Christmas hits in the UK ever since the 80s. I mean, if you haven't got Wham on, then you're not doing Christmas right. Shakin' Stevens? It's not Christmas without Shakin' Stevens. Alright, so here's the thing. Whenever you say, I don't understand why the race changed, the answer is always because it's Netflix. That's just the answer. That's just the answer. So Christmas music, you know, it's Elton John's best song. It's his Christmas song, Step Into Christmas. Obviously the best Wham song. One of the best Queen songs is their Christmas song. Then you've got Feed the World, featuring everyone famous in the 80s ever, which is great. Oh, you've already got a full-on Dalek series. Dalek Empire, the audio series from Big Finish. Perfect. It's perfection. I can't see it being done better. And I mean, it won't be now. It definitely won't be. But yeah, that's how you do a Dalek series. Yeah, what Maggie said. If you haven't listened to it, it's one of our. We listen to it every Christmas songs now. It just works. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure anyone who's heard me ranting for any length of time knows that I want things as faithful to the original as possible. So yeah, I'm always gonna want things to be more faithful than some loose adaptation. Violence and bloodshed? What, the Man of War song? Now we're talking. You just can't go wrong with Man of War. Oh, I see. That is unfortunate. Mackie, what is your favourite Christmas song? I don't know if I've asked you. I think it might be Last Christmas for me, actually. It might unironically be Wham, I don't know. But there's so many though, there's so many where if I don't hear it, it's just not officially Christmas yet. The He-Man one was weird, but it was alright, I guess. I mean, I've never been like a huge He-Man fan, and you know, I'm 44 as well, so it's probably not really appealing to my age group. Certainly not worth getting super mad about like a lot of people did. But when I can see why people get super mad when it seems like people are going out of their way to subvert your expectations, and you know, I've watched Evangelion, I've had my expectations subverted enough for a lifetime now. I just want something to be straightforward. Honestly, this is why Cobra Kai is probably the best TV series of like the last 10 years. It's just straightforward, without any irony, without subverting your expectations or pulling a 180 on you. It just sets out to do what it says it's going to do, and it does it incredibly well. It's so much better than it has any right to be, Cobra Kai. I'm amazed it turned out as well as it did. Slade, yeah, there we go. Yeah, what, because obviously the He-Man thing had a lot of backlash behind it from people saying one thing and then the thing comes out and it's the opposite of what they said. And, you know, when we were doing, I'm sure I've told this story before, when we were doing those official animations, those Doctor Who animations for the BBC, there was a big Skype meeting before we started, and there was someone from the BBC's legal team, I believe, on Skype, basically telling us, like, you know, I know you're a bunch of like fresh animators, and you're very excited to be working on all this, which we were, because it was Doctor Who, you know, official Doctor Who stuff back when Doctor Who was cool, and so obviously everyone was very excited to be working on it. And so there's this BBC guy saying, you know, remember when you're posting on Twitter and stuff, you're reflecting. I'm paraphrasing, but he's saying, you know, you're reflecting the BBC. So when you're talking about this project and stuff, don't go saying stupid shit, essentially. And you know, when you're working on a project that a lot of other people are working on, and say the BBC are behind it or whoever, you know, there's a lot of time and effort that's gone into that from a bunch of people. So you have to be professional. You have to be professional. You can't go like what is it? The actress that played Faye on Cowboy Bebop went off on Twitter on a bunch of fans saying that she didn't look like Faye, and so she does like a big kind of Twitter or TikTok rant or something, and it's unprofessional. You shouldn't do that, and it reflects really badly on your show. So basically, just don't say anything. Just don't say anything until your show's out and people like it or they don't. You don't have to get super defensive and go on Twitter calling everyone like, I don't know, like man babies or whatever for not liking your cartoon. So I guess that's my advice from someone who's never had a hit show. Obviously you should be listening to me, but I don't know, it just seems to make sense to me. Don't go out courting controversy. Like Jimmy Savile, yes. But you know, like I said earlier, I'm old, and I think that maybe this is how things are marketed now. Like, you know, I have nothing to base this on at all, but it wouldn't surprise me if Netflix or whoever go to their actors and go, alright, I want you to go on social media and enrage as many people as you can, and that'll drum up some interest. Like, that wouldn't actually, you know, in the days we live in, maybe that's what people do. I don't know. Maybe it works. I mean, it gets every YouTube channel talking about it, doesn't it? More coffee. And this is why everyone should watch Cobra Kai. That's my official endorsement. I don't, I mean, obviously I don't spend especially long on Twitter, but I don't remember ever seeing anything on that show about this person said this, or this person said this. You know, just watch stuff and decide for yourself, I guess. Maybe. I was never a big Karate Kid fan growing up, so I just thought it'd be, you know, a kind of amusing series to watch, because I heard some people talking about it, and like I say, for me it was a sleeper hit, I guess. I didn't expect it to be good. It turned out to be the best thing I'd seen in ages. Although The Expanse is good, I'm enjoying The Expanse, but also, like everything, The Expanse, you know, it's good when it's good, and when it's boring, it's really boring. Like those family drama episodes last season, or was it the season before? Just too much family drama. I wasn't really interested in it. If I wanted family drama, I'd go home and watch EastEnders. Expand into other areas. Utopia. Haven't heard of it. That's something else I was talking about recently. I forget to who. Might have been to Mackie. Might have been to multiple people. That there's so much stuff on streaming services now that, you know, someone will say the name of a show and I won't have heard of it. And then you pull up the Netflix or whatever, and you can be scrolling for ages, and it's just all these things you've never heard of, and some of them might be really good, but they've just gotten completely buried because there's so much stuff. So yeah, it's like we're oversaturated these days, which is, you know, probably better than not having enough stuff to watch. But it's an interesting problem. It's like, you know, the song 57 channels and nothing on. It's kind of like the opposite of that. There's what, 3 or 4 streaming services, like really big ones, and just too much stuff. I think more time was spent at Christmas at home scrolling through Netflix trying to find stuff to watch than was spent actually watching stuff. Yeah, V's an interesting one, isn't it? I watched the reboot and I wasn't a fan, but I mean, I really liked V when I was a kid, and the miniseries is great, but the ending's terrible though, isn't it? Literal Deus Ex Machina at the end. The kid turns out to be magic. Like, what the hell? This was a gritty, real world Holocaust allegory, and now the kid's magic and has saved the world. Sorry if I've spoiled V for you, chat, but I mean, it's so good. It's so good, and then it's just so crap. It's a real shame, and the effects are just ridiculous. Like, just movie quality 80s special effects for a miniseries. And, you know, Michael Ironside's in it, so well, what more do you need, really? I don't think Michael Ironside's ever been in a bad thing, has he? I mean, immediately I'm thinking V, Starship Troopers, Total Recall. There's some really famous Michael Ironside shows or films that I'm forgetting here. But he's good in everything. He's good in absolutely everything. Yeah, indeed. Just years and years worth of stuff. Indeed. Oh, but 0083 though. You can't... we're never going to see art and animation like that ever again. Also, Mackie hasn't seen it yet, so don't spoil the ending for her. Thank you, I will. I might go out for a meal tomorrow, maybe. If I can find some friends. If I can find some friends to go out with me. To, you know, brave the virus. That's right, V Gundam, starring Michael Ironside. I think Michael Ironside would be the best Gundam protagonist. I'm going to pitch that to Netflix. Live action Gundam about not teenagers but grizzled veteran pilots, and Michael Ironside's the main character. Let's see how this is looking. Well, it's coming along. It's coming along. I'd buy that for several dollars. Yeah, YouTube is a mess now when it comes to the recommendations. I remember a time when the algorithm kind of worked, and if I watched stuff about video games, it would tailor more video game stuff to me. But now, you know, I look at my dashboard and I look at Mackie's, and it's just recommended the same thing to both of us. I guess it's whatever's most popular, just everyone gets it recommended. It's weird. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, YouTube used to be really good for when I was animating, to just find some 3-hour-long documentary to put on in the background. But it's kind of useless now for that. Why not? Why not? It's just a show about old people. Indeed, yeah, I was gonna say. If you listen to Plastic Love once, that's it for your YouTube recommendations, because everything goes back there. They are, apparently, and I guess we'll just have to see. I'm not going to be negative. We'll just have to see is what I'll say about it. But, you know, judging by the track record, hopes aren't especially high for it. We'll always have G-Savior, at least, if you want your live action Gundam. Also, speaking of Castlevania, how could they not have this tune in it? What a missed opportunity. Opportunities, you see what I did there? But yeah, I mean, come on. Just do an orchestral remix of this. You can't have Netflix? You can't have Castlevania without this in it. Yeah, it is Bloody Tears, isn't it? Does it say on the win-up? No, it's just Vampire Kick-Ass Mix. Oh, it did? Well, now I look very foolish. But that's good. I'd rather look foolish and them actually do what I want than not look foolish and them not do what I want. I don't remember it. Kind of looks weird with only one arm shaded, just floating. Also, we've got some of those artifacts sticking up again. One sec. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Oh. Welcome to Amateur Hour. Look at this. There's a quick way to do this, but I deserve to have to do it by hand for messing it up in the first place. Spoo! Fresh spoo, Mackie. It's, let's see, can we move? It says porridge. It says porridge up there. You got porridge, muesli, and, cornflakes? Cornflakes in that one, I think. You know, just details that no one's ever going to see in the actual film. Such as, order more sugar. Which presumably is when they stopped off at the last space station they were at. Because good luck ordering sugar in space. Oh, I thank you. I'm not. I'm working on the Monday film at the moment. But the Mac film is coming along way better than we thought, actually. Yes, I'll see you next stream. Have a good sleep. I'm not going to be up much longer, I think. I had a very early start today with my dentist appointment, so I'm going to go for a little bit longer and then get into bed, I think. Oh, okay. No, thanks. I'll have a look at it after the stream then. Yeah. What to do next? Guess we'll just do this. I haven't played it. I played the demo of R-Type Final 2 when I was in the US. The most gaming I did at Mackie's place was on the Switch. Completed Pikmin 3. What a game. I enjoyed Pikmin 3. I remember I really liked Pikmin 1 on the... Was it the GameCube? I think it was the GameCube originally, wasn't it? And I got Pikmin 2 in Japanese because, you know, I was doing Japanese at the time, and I figured it's a Nintendo game, so the script will be easy. I'll probably be able to translate it as I play it. And I didn't like the gameplay. I didn't like the caves. The lack of the what is it? The time limit as well. I really like the time limit in Pikmin. And then taking that away into just kind of that and the stupid caves, that I didn't like them. So I never finished it. But yeah, I played Pikmin 3 at Mackie's place, and yeah, I was playing that whenever I could. It was good stuff. Not really any culture shock, no. It was pretty good. But I mean, I was only there a month though, so no time for culture shock. Indeed, I was outside the Food Lion. I've got loads of those. I took loads of footage. I've been meaning to edit it all together and stick it on Patreon for people to see what comedy antics I got up to. We went to medieval times. Medieval times. It was great. Heartily recommended. Indeed, the famous fish. I forget, is it Darius or Darius? I think I always thought it was Darius, and then I saw the katakana later in life, and it was Darius. Like how everyone thinks it's Gradius, but it's Gladius. You know, the Roman gladiator sword, the Gladius. Indeed, well, we've got to go again. We've got to go again and support our man. The red and yellow knight. Clearly the best. You must have seen the side-scrolling shooter with giant robot fish in it. I don't think it was quite as famous as R-Type in the West, but it was definitely all over the place when I was a kid. Still my dream job, the Royal Poop Scooper. One day I'll achieve my dream. Oh yeah, I heard about the new Resident Evil. I'm not really interested in people rehashing stuff, making it different just for the sake of it being different. You know, I want it to feel like Resident Evil. I want Wesker to look like Wesker. You know, I I wouldn't watch Dragon Ball and I don't know, have some weird Goku with a British accent. It just wouldn't be right, you know? I want the characters to look and sound like the characters that I'm used to. And it doesn't seem that controversial to me. Like, it just seems... I want Megatron to look and sound like Megatron in every Transformers. I don't want Megatron to have a British accent. I want Megatron to be Frank Welker all the time. Oh, Code Veronica. Yeah. I played that when it first came out, and I remember a bunch of us were, you know, just sat around the Dreamcast looking at it thinking, this is insane, graphics can't get any better than this. It really was quite shocking at the time how good it looked. The Dreamcast was an absolute beast of a machine when it came out. Thank you! Thank you for the birthday wishes. Check this out. If I can find my lines. There's so many line layers here. There you go. That saves some time. Sometimes you just gotta turn your lines off. You just have to. But not when that happens though. Thank you! Thank you! I couldn't do it without all the support. Indeed, yeah. Yeah, I've had a few experiences like that with graphics. I still remember Virtua Fighter 2 in the arcade when it first came out. And what an insane step up from Virtua Fighter 1 it was. Like, we're not going to get graphical jumps like that anymore. I don't think it's possible. If you like 2D games, it literally is. I have a... what is it? It's outside my door. I got it specifically. But I can't remember. It's a GeForce something. That obviously helps a lot. Indeed, yeah. The great chip shortage. It's interesting times we're living through, that's for sure. The Great Depression, the Great Chip Shortage, the Wu Flu of 2019. 2019? So it's been about 3 years, hasn't it? It was the end of 19 though, wasn't it? Or am I even remembering it right? Hot pot flavoured potato chips, and they were fantastic. I see. I used to really, really like the beef and mustard flavoured crisps. That I would get them and eat them at my grandma's house whilst watching satellite TV. Brannigans they were called. Don't know if you can still get them, but they were the best flavoured crisps I've ever tasted. Oh really? People were talking about Brannigans. Oh, they were so good. And you know, everyone else was doing crisps in plastic packets and they were in paper packets, like proper old Victorian era paper packets. Poundland. Well, we've got some stuff done. We've been going 2 hours. I might call it a night here, actually. I don't want to totally screw up my sleeping pattern too much. Just finish this off. Yeah, it went pretty fast. It went pretty fast. But yeah, alright. Well, I will drink this coffee and then go to sleep. First stream of the year, yes. Well, thank you for joining me, everyone. Have a very nice new year. Remember to stay hydrated. 2022, I'm telling you. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's all uphill from here. Or it's all downhill from here. Whichever one means it's going to be better than it was. Anyway, thank you again, and I will see you all again sometime. Check Patreon tomorrow. If you're on Patreon, I'll have the postcard image up. Cheerio for now.